YouTube Nation, what it do, y'all? Right back at y'all with another one. On this episode right here, I had a golden opportunity to sit down one-on-one with Jimmy Lavender and talk about the history of the bishops and the book that he promoted. So that he's promoting, actually. So stay tuned. I hope y'all enjoy this, and thank you all for tuning into the last one. Yesterday, I went to a funeral, and now today I'm about to go to a wedding. So I'm finna shoot out here to Oceanside, support one of my non-affiliate homies. Like I say, I mess with so many different people. It's Crips, Bloods, non-affiliates, all that, man. I'm just, I support, bro. I just try to be there for you if you need me. If I can, I fuck with you. You fuck with me. It's all love. But stay tuned. Enjoy this video, man. I got more episodes. I got exclusives coming from Big Spark. Also coming up next. That'll be in the third installment. So, because I got multiple parts from Hakeem's funeral yesterday. But, man, I appreciate all y'all for tapping in this day and subscribing to the channel and sharing this channel, man. Much respect always. Peace. What up, y'all? I'm hanging out with Jimmy Lavender, man. I ran across him over here. We after celebrating a life for the homie Termite. Rest in peace. You know, Jimmy's part of this family as well, man. We go way back. We got a lot of history, man. I got to ask you some questions. So, Jimmy, what's happening, man? Talk to me. What you got going on these days?
Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm pushing my second book. It's called A Bishop's Redemption.
Bishop's Redemption.
Yeah. The good part about that is I was able to go back to my neighborhood to the 1950s, early 53, which means the research was really hard because they got to find guys that's like 83, 85 years old right now to get that history. Also, it took me back to find out that half my neighborhood was dominated by an all-white gang called the Spook Hunters.
Wait, so excuse me, the bishops go back to 1953?
No.
Oh, what'd you say? I missed something right. Talk to me.
In 1953, the first gang in our neighborhood was called the Witch Doctors.
Okay.
And after they broke up, their younger brothers became known as the Deacons. After they left, our neighborhood became known as the Beach Boys. After the Beach Boys, for 50 years now, it's been the Bishops.
And you said the 9 Deuce Bishops was first?
Yes.
Yeah. Then the Pueblo Bishops?
Let me correct that.
All right.
The original bishop was called the East Side Bishop. And then that neighborhood started to break up in sections. Those of us who hung out on the corner of 92nd and Beach, we were mostly the, I don't want to say dope pushers, but that's what we were. That's what that corner was known for. Me, myself, I sold Red Devils, I sold weed.
You sell mollies?
Nah, just those two right there. And, there was no such thing as crack cocaine in those days. So the older guys, they had the powder, they had the heroin, and all those kind of stuff. They let us sell the weed. Now, the original neighborhood was called the East Side Bishop.
Okay.
And we broke up. And Space Ghost actually came with the name 9-2 Bishop after that corner, 92nd and Beach. So we became 9-2 Bishop, and the younger guys called the Baby Bishops later became known as the Block Bishops.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that, where the Block Bishops come from.
Yeah, and they were the largest.
Yeah.
And the guys that lived off of 97th and the back streets, they were what we call the Alley Bishops.
Are they still represented, claiming represented as Block Bishops?
They're all 9 Deuce Bishops.
Just ESB, East Side Bishop.
Yeah, everything's 9 Deuce over there now.
Ain't nothing more, no more Block Bishops.
No more.
Yeah, that's what I remember Cato, man, what he did. I remember he used to draw these boards and write in the alleys and spray paint. He actually, first time I ever wrote with a can of spray paint was with Cato. And he used to draw this cross, man, and had how that went out, and he put Block Bishop in it. You know what I mean? So that's why I always knew it. That was 9 Deuce, East Side Block Bishop.
Question. What do you know about that cross?
Hey, man, I don't. It was just like a cross, and then it had like the steps on the bottom. And it used to be in the back of my auntie house all the time. I used to see Cato doing it. And then when I first started like trying to be a gang member, I used to draw that cross. I didn't know what it was, but I started writing it inside my own stuff in it. But he'll write down that Block Bishop inside the cross and have something in the bottom. I don't know. Tell me about that cross. What that cross mean, man?
I'll repeat that again as I did on that video. When we started Bishop, Bobby said, when we came with the name, Bobby said we'll call ourselves Bishop. And our symbol would be the cross. Because when you go to the cemeteries, like old veterans and that type of thing, the cross is on top of a grave.
Yeah.
So Bobby said the cross was a sign of death. The cross represents death. And anybody that was messing with a bishop was facing death. So we took our Levi jacket, we took our Levi jeans, and
Yeah.
we put crosses on the jeans right here. Put bishops on our back, marking ourselves, not realizing it. We put bishops right here, then we have a big cross on our back. But the cross represents bishop and a sign of death.
Wow, that's some serious history right there. I ain't never heard that.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know what? I never seen that cross. I actually seen some Mexicans do that. Southsiders do that a lot. I seen them. I never seen no other black gang do that, but the bishops back in the day. Like I said, Cato did it, and I just was following my cousin. And I was doing it, know what it means. Just a little kid, and they had the little steps, and he wrote it in like block bishop.
Well, Cato was a real one.
Yeah.
Cato was a real. I love that dude. That's my little homie.
Yeah.
But had somebody even attempted to harm me in any kind of way,
Yeah.
and Cato knew about it, trust and believe, Cato would have handled my business without even letting me know he was going to handle it. That's my boy Cato. I love that dude right there. He was a real one, a real bishop, a real soldier, and he loved Bishop.
Yeah, he did. Hey, man, like I said, me and my family, I'm the first CRIP in the family. And Cato was the first gangbanger in our family. So me coming up and my family, I'm just watching my big cousin. I'm on Bandera. You know what I mean? They bishop. I could have easily became somebody claiming bishop too, because I'm running behind my big cousin. But it just so happened we live on the west side. I ended up being from Raymond. But I still went over there. I still deal with my big cousin. I love my big cousin. Even up into his dying day, I was going up there to see him in the hospice program. Man, I went up there to see him in the hospice program, and I had on the purple shirt. He told me to get up out of here with that purple on. Yeah, I'm like, man, you still gay, baby. You about to die. He like, man, go home. I don't want you to see me like this. It was to the end. He wasn't like, like I'm about to die. He's down sad. He was like, man, he was still Cato. He was hard. You know what I mean? And I learned a lot from him. Then when I went to the west side and I started gangbanging the CRIP, my ways came from the east side, basically from Cato and what I learned on that side of town.
Well, you know what? Baby Crazy said something on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He said what makes it different is we live over here and then we move over here. There's a number of Raymonds.
Yeah.
Had they stayed on the east side, then they would have been bishops.
Yeah.
Because they grew up in the bishop neighborhood. I've known them since they were babies.
Right.
So it's kind of crazy that when you move away, although our neighborhoods never had any problems,
Right.
to my knowledge,
Right.
but it's just so crazy. You move away and, this is where you came from.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Man, I was over there, man. I used to go to Graham Elementary to get the free lunches. Man, 92nd, all around that way, man. Roosevelt Park, the swimming, shopping, Huntington Park, Lucky's on Tweety, all that, HR Fishing Chip, all that whole area, that's my roots. And then I got family out the Haciendas and Circle City too. So, that whole east side of the Watts over there, that's where I really come from. That's my roots right there.
You definitely know it. You named all the places, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can say I just become the first CRIP in the family. Then all the other CRIPs in my family, they pretty much follow me. But still, I always went back around that way. When I run across dudes from those hoods on that side, I always give them utmost respect because I come from around that. You know what I mean?
It's only right. I mean, my family is loaded with CRIPs.
Yeah.
I mean, Main Streets, 5 Deuce Hoovers, 9 Deuce Hoovers, 8 Trey Gangsters, Rolling 60s, Denver Lanes. They just got family members everywhere, and it gets scary.
Yeah.
Because throughout the years, I lost family members. I had family members, CRIP killing CRIP, CRIP killing Blood, Blood killing CRIP. I got family members been in prison for over 25 years. And the scary part was, we know that the 8 Trays and the 60s hate each other.
Yeah.
Well, I got cousins from both sides.
Yeah.
I got cousins from the Denver Lanes.
Yeah.
I try to tell them, hey man, this is your folks.
Yeah.
And the cold part about it is they say, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. And that really hurts me because when we came up, family and friendship, I'll wait a game. I'll wait a game. I might come into a Raymond neighborhood, but I'm comfortable because I know Raymond.
Yeah.
I go into a Fort Trade neighborhood, I'm comfortable because I got cousins and I grew up on 43rd and McKinley. So when bishops started to fight CRIP. Four trades was out the question. That's not going to happen. The original CRIP of Raymond Washington, we all went to the same pool, the whole 9 yards. We're not fighting there. And I went back to the Pebble. I got to mention the Pebble.
Yeah, got to.
My first school was preschool over in the Pebble, Compton, Alabama. And I stayed there since I was in the 3rd grade, 8 years old, and then we moved to 4 and 5 to the Watch area. So I ended up getting kicked out of all the schools, and every school had a right to kick me out. Yeah. They're trying to learn. That's a learning facility, and I'm messing up. I'm gang banging. I'm messing up. I'm smoking weed. I'm smoking angel dust. I'm messing up. So they're kicking me out, which they should have done. As a matter of fact, they should have sent me to juvenile hall. They really should have. Yeah, I deserved it. So I went back into Pueblo. Me. It wasn't my cousin that got with me and helped me turn the Pueblos into bishop. No, I went by myself. In other words, I went back home. I never stopped going into Pueblos, so I knew who to talk to. I got with Reggie, Darrington, and all Lee and all those guys, and I said, "Why don't you guys bounce with us?" Because see, here's the thing: we always going to Roosevelt Park dancing. As you know, the dance was together, and it would be trips up there, Pueblos, and Bishop. And we would always watch the Pueblos back, and they would watch ours. So why not get together? Which was a good thing, but it also becomes a risky thing. I have to share this with you. When you bring your crew into another neighborhood, and y'all join together, what is the common thing that gets us in trouble? Girls. So some of the girls had babies by these guys and wouldn't with them no more. You got these guys coming from our neighborhood pushing up on those girls, and nice cars and whole 9 yards. And then the baby daddy ain't liking it. I get a phone call from Reggie, the leader of the Pebble. I got to go to the Pebble. Reggie said, "Hey, some guys are mad about this. I'm trying to lower the temperature of a war or us breaking up." I said, "Reggie, look, I'm co-founder. There's some things my brother has to handle." Bobby was like an Obama. I was a quick-tempered guy, get mad so fast, and the help, whatever. And I knew the guys was involved. I know the baby daddy over here. I know the guys was messing with her. And this guy from my hood, he ain't gonna quit hitting it. He ain't gonna quit. And this other guy over here, anyway, he's getting other people involved. So I talked to my brother about it, and Bobby called a meeting. I'll show you how sharp Bobby is. Bobby called a meeting. Pueblos, Compton Bishop, Mexican Bishop, Amsterdam, was all there.
Oh, you say Mexican bishop?
Yeah, Amsterdam Watch.
Oh, Amsterdam bishops?
Yeah.
Okay, and there was bishops in Compton too?
Yeah.
So Compton haven't always just been Pyru, there's bishops out there too?
No, it's the what's called Linewood Pyru.
Oh, there was bishop?
That's what Bishop neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Santa Fe and Rosecrans all up in there. Compton Bishop. So anyway, we call everybody together, and that's when Bobby made what I call his famous speech. He said, "A bishop is the brother to a bishop, and all bishops are brothers." I like that. He said, "If a bishop has a problem with a bishop, we want to talk it out. If you can't talk it out, you and him come to the circle." The circle was the team post. As you know, the team post had a basketball court, and we would sit around half court, that little circle part right there.
Yeah.
And y'all can get in the circle. And y'all settle the difference right there. We don't involve nobody else, just you two.
Right.
And so that's what Bobby said. If you guys can't get along, this is what we're gonna do it. But ain't nobody double teaming nobody. We don't do that in the family. We all agreed upon that, and you know what happened. Nobody wants to go in the circle. Nobody. You can't get your buddies but you jump on this guy. That's not good. He gonna get his buddies, and there's gonna be a problem. So you guys sell it the best way you can. And hey, you know, the bottom line was, if your girl don't want to be with you no more, she said you're not her man, you need to let her go and move on.
Yeah, move on.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what we have to learn. It's just too many wars we started
Behind that.
over this.
Yeah, just move on, man. Let it go.
Let it go, man.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Because niggas don't know how to check their emotions, man. You got to know how to check it and just move on, man. But it's hard to do, be caught up in love and all that, and just take it to the next level.
I'm guilty of it.
I mean, we all got a little of that in us. At some point in time, man, we all got a little of that in us.
I mean, come on, I'm a lavender brother. And how you gonna come over here crazy? How you gonna come over here and start messing with my ex-girlfriend?
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
You got to get up from out of here.
Right.
Well, guess what? You got homies too.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, somebody's getting hurt or killed. And you killed me, you going to jail. And the girl is banging everybody in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We got to be smarter than that.
Yeah, man. And it's a trip because, like you said, you go to jail, you get killed, and she's still around doing the same old shit.
Same old thing.
I mean, it's all these wars that started between, especially with Crips, Bloods, whatever, Bloods on Bloods, Crips on Crips, whatever. And then the female is still around, running around, fucking some old cats. And these other dudes that got killed this dude and got life for killing this dude. Now she messed with somebody else. It just keep going.
I'll tell you why I quit gang banging if you want to know.
What's that?
Well, as I said before, I got family members that all sides.
Right.
Some of my best friends I mention all the time are on portrait trips. And I have good friends from the outlaws. It got to a point where I'd be sitting on my porch on 43rd and 20, right in the heart of Portrait neighborhood. Outlaws may not recognize me. So my grandmother's house became a target at the time by the outlaws. Now they apologized. We didn't know it was your grandmother's house there. We didn't know it was you out there. Now, portraits go back and retaliate. Even though it's my house, so it's my boys. They go back and retaliate on the outlaws. And so what ended up happening was, even from the 43rd, by my grandmother's house, by my house with 9 Deuce are fighting kitchens, they fighting Thompson Avenue, they fighting Superior Court, they fighting Jordan Down. But these are the same guys I went to school with. We met with each other's sisters, we at the same park. So my homies over here, I shoot my homies over here, and everybody I know is trying to kill one another. That wasn't sitting well with me no more. I mean, and when one of the homies came by and said, man, we just saw such and such and kitchen system. We had him. Hit a corner, came back, he was gone. I'm like, damn, I'm glad he was gone. Because if I was there, we don't hit the corner. That's my buddy. Same thing with Duck from 89 East Coast.
Yeah, I know about Duck.
Yeah, when they killed Duck, I went to the funeral. I went. I said, don't count that video. I went. All the homies like, man, you crazy. You Jimmy Lavender. They gonna kill you after Duck. And nah, Duck know I'm coming. Duck know I'm coming.
Yeah.
Duck know, we ain't celebrating Duck's death. Duck is my friend. You know, I went, and in truth, now, Big Psycho Michael is known from the 60 clips. And he was sitting up front. I didn't know. All I did was walk in the back of the church, man. Everybody turned around looking at me like, what the hell? What the hell? And I had just saw Huncho.
Great?
Yeah. I just seen Wayne. Not Head Huncho, but Wayne. Doesn't matter which one because they both like family. And I seen him at the phone booth and see I'll be in there in a minute. I wish he'd have walked in there with me. Because if one person would say get him, it was over for me. I walked in there, and I know nobody wants to sit next to me, right? So I stand against the wall, Crip. I'm like, damn, yeah, maybe it's a bad idea. But ain't nobody doing no running. I'm here not out of disrespect, but out of respect. You know, I gave Doug his first job within the liquor store. He played on my little basketball team. That was my boy, man. And I hated that the homies killed him. I hated it, you know. I mean, really, I cried. So everybody's looking around, and I want to say the pastor, whoever was up front speaking, finally he turns around and he says, he's looking at me like, why is everybody turning around? And he stopped talking. And it was Big Psycho Michael in the rolling 60s who got up from front with the pallbearer, came back to the back where I was, and Mike was a big muscle-bound dude. And he said, come on, Jim, come sit up front with me. So I went up front with him, and as people walked around to view the body, it was supposed to be about Doug. They eyeballing me like, they hate me. So, but it was cool. As long as I was with Mike, I was cool. And then when we stepped outside the door, Big Shaky Jakey, his brother Tom Tom.
All these 890s coaches?
Yeah. and Pancho came over there, and so now they see me, the big boys of the Crips. And that was important. They see me as the big boy. So guys come to me like, hey man, you know such and such on Bishop, that's my cousin. I said, oh, okay. So now I'm gonna jump over just a little bit. Once before when the 8-9 got killed, his name was Gangster Ron. And he was killed by accident when his homies met with a gun. I went to the reception, not the funeral itself. So I come afterwards, and the cool part about it was they recognized me as a bishop. But mind you, I left after 2 years. I left it alone. But still, I'm still Jimmy Lavender. I'm still co-founder, and a lot of youngsters not caring. So now I got one guy walking around. He want to do something. The other little homie said, "No, man, this ain't the time. This ain't the time." I got 25 automatic in my pocket. I'm like, man, I didn't come over for that. I don't live that life no more.
Yeah.
And the house that he was in was my homie's house. So when we got killed, so I said, let me walk on back to my car. So I got to take the safety off my gun, walk back and get in my 65 Chevy, and I learned something from there. Never go nowhere where they're doing a lot of drinking. Alcohol changes people. Doug's funeral was different. Wasn't nobody drinking there, and they saw me with the right guys. I was able to leave in peace. And my nephew there was from Ep2. And they said, man, we don't believe you, huh? I said, what? Why would you around there and honor that crab? And I looked at him, I said, that crab was my friend. But your homies killed him. I said, I can't rejoice for that, bro. They killed my friend. You know. So after that kind of thing was happening back and forth, before Doug.
Yeah.
Doug wasn't the first. That was going back and forth, and you know what type of person would enjoy seeing his friends and his family kill one another and all that kind of stuff, you know, and for what?
Yeah.
So it was time to walk away from that.
And that's when you said it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And not only that, I was hanging around with a whole bunch of different people. I graduated from the weed.
Yeah.
I went to the Sniffin'.
Graduated, that's the word, you graduated.
Yeah. And I went to Sniffin' Blue, and I went to Angel Dust. And it was just a matter of time before somebody got me. I'd be dusted for, I was what they call stuck. I'd be on the phone, I mean, I was just the easiest targets in the world. So, and I had enough problems that my girl lived in the 5 trade neighborhood. And they didn't want me coming over there, so I'm ducking bullets. Even when I got out the game.
Still ducking bullets, yeah.
I said, man, I'm not with that no more. It didn't matter. Get it. So, and the cool part about it was my neighborhood never had a war with the 5 trade. But they were trying to kill me. Because it's a cold life. I don't encourage it for anybody. A lot of people been hurt. We all know what it feels like to go to a funeral of losing a loved one. We know the hurt that it causes a mother. People are losing little children. They're losing their babies.
Yeah.
Babies are growing up without their fathers. Their fathers dead. And not for what? But one thing crazy, I would say this to you. Ain't no winners in this.
No winners at all.
Ain't no winners.
Nobody wins.
Ain't no winners. And I said before, would I do what I did all over again? And they thought I was crazy. Because I said yes. I said yes, because you have to understand why Bishop started. We had CRIP coming in our neighborhood, we getting robbed people. They're about 2,000 strong. We had about 60 homies. So we badly outnumbered. So they came over and they ended up killing our little homie Skip. And after that, we said we had to defend our neighborhood, and we called ourselves defenders. And once the war broke out, we became known as the gang. We didn't call ourselves a gang, we called ourselves defenders. And then, as our neighborhood grew, you done got jumped on by Crips, you done got your leather jacket taken, so now you want to join us. Now you got some homies, and now you want to do what? You want to go get revenge. But guess what? We wasn't fighting those guys over there that took your jacket. But now you went over there in the name of Bishop and shooting over there. Now, what they gonna do? Well, we had worked with the Bishop. Kill the Lavender brothers. Kill these. So now I got more targets on my back. And now they shooting in my mama's house. So, you know, it's just, but would I do it again if if it meant the same thing, protecting my mother when she can go to the store without being robbed, the homies can go to school without getting beat down. See, wasn't nobody messing with them, but it was the other people in the neighborhood that we set our necks out for. And once you start hanging out with us, and the police picking you up, and all this, now it's bad Bobby and Jenny. So your mother, what? She loves her child, so she don't want you hanging out with her. But we need you because we need those numbers. So now we got the people in the neighborhood that was once with us. When the shooting and stuff started, it's bad Bobby and Jimmy. See, and now we all along. At a certain amount of time, I said, you know what, this ain't me. I mean, I got three. I had San Diego Padres, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Cincinnati Reds, all following me my baseball career. I put down a ball, I put down a bat, and I picked up the gun, and I picked up the Angel Dust joint, and I messed my damn life. In a nutshell.
That's it right there.
In a nutshell. I messed my life. Chad Brewer was the senior scout for the Dodgers. Joe Forte had the San Diego Padres. Pope was the head scout for the Cincinnati Reds. Following my game. I ended up playing in the Latin League, and my stupid butt smoking Angel Dust and drinking a wine called Arriba. In Spanish, Arriba means up. And I would turn that wine up, smoke that joint, go on the baseball field, high as a kite, and in practice, the ball running all up my chest and all through my legs. Come game time, I'm the superstar. But the coach don't have me in the game. I got scouts in the booth. I got to be playing, but I'm high. So then I get my attitude. Coach is not playing me. He hating on me. See, it's not me, it's the coach now. I messed myself up. That's all I can say.
That's all you.
In a nutshell, I messed myself up. I only hope that anybody else, well, it's hard. It was hard for me to, they wanted me to go to Mexico play ball. They wanted me to go to Japan to play ball. My parents wanted me to go back to Alabama, get away from all this stuff. How can I do that when we're outnumbered and they trying to kill me and my brother? I can't be a runaway soldier. I have to stay here and call myself defending my neighborhood and my brother. So, and then what happens from there? You find yourself in 5 different courthouses, shooting in the city limit, attempted murder over here.
Oh, that, man.
And boy, looky here. Next thing you know, you get 5 years shooting in the city limit, probation. You win over this court, you win over there, and you say, if I ever get out of this, I'm done with this shit.
And you stuck with that. You got out of that, and you that was it.
That was it.
Well said. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. My battery dying over here, so I just wanted to get this in, man. I appreciate, man. That was a lot of knowledge right there, a lot of history. A lot of people probably never heard that from you on the other channels that they seen you on. I appreciate you giving me this exclusive. I don't know if they can hear you good with that little thing from the kids jumper over there. But, man, I appreciate you, bro. And, like, you got my number. I got your number now. We can link up and do this again anytime, brother. Anytime.
Well, bro, you family. So whenever you need me for anything, don't hesitate. If you don't call, it's on you.
All right.
All right.
Good looking out. Much love, bro. Appreciate it.